city. We got our talented host with me today and a super special guest. We got family in the building, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
What's going on? It's Nye, the Annihilator, where I free minds, pockets, and people. What it do?
What it do? You know what that is. That's the dog catchers in the house.
Come
My
on
name is
now.
Henry Thorns. I really appreciate being here. I'm just waiting on a great show.
I am the vague ringtone in the building.
Ooh, Barkley kept it simple today, y'all.
Keep it short today.
That's how we like it. So this show is going to be a little different. Instead of all the topics we cover, man, this is going to be a special selection because of the guests that we have. I mean, a pioneer, a pillar, superstar. I mean, we could take it back to his playing days because Mike was speaking on that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But Mr. Henry Thorns, we welcome you, man. We're going to give you the platform to start wherever you want. There's a lot to cover, dog catcher.
Yes, it is.
Dog catcher.
Woof, woof.
People want to know where you get that name from. I said George Clinton. And they
Ooh.
said George Clinton. I said, yeah, my daddy had 50 dome and pinches, and I had to clean up all the poop. But one thing about it, I love that name, dog catcher, dog catcher.
Do the dog.
Catcher.
Do the dog.
Do the
Dog.
Do the dog.
Look at it.
Ooh, why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat?
We didn't
Nothing but
chase
the dog in me.
We didn't chase
But
the cats, we chased the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We chased the kids.
And the impact the dog catcher program had in this city, and still to this day, grown men doing their thing. Man, we know where the name came from. What was it like having that first team? How was it to get that first team started? Sponsorship, money. We know how our community is.
Yes, yes. Well, you know, growing up, watching Bobby Joe, Sam Smith, them, all the big guys, even Speedy, Mike father, TJ, your father, watching them, you know, hey, it was easy.
Look
You
at
know,
that.
I always wanted to play sports myself, but I was too short to play in Doolittle League because, you know, Doolittle League was like the NBA. And back in 1981, I was able to save me some money and get my own team. And I needed a name for it, and of course, dog catchers. And I came up with the dog catchers, so I played. Let me give you this good story. We went 0-11.
Come on.
0-11 kind
Come
of
on.
remind you of the Detroit Pistons
Come
right
on.
now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
We went 0-11 and everybody used to. You know, we pit bulls. They were. Right?
Bark was all very little.
So Willie
Mini
Smith
pincher.
came home from Missouri, and he came home for the summer, and he got on our team.
Who did?
Willie Smith,
Who is Willie Smith? Tell him about the great Willie Smith.
the legendary. Of
And he
Las
played for
Vegas.
who?
He played for Clark High School. He went to play. He played for Chicago Bulls also.
Absolutely.
He went to Missouri. He scored 41 points on national TV against Ricky Green.
Right out of Las
Against
Vegas.
Ricky Green. So when he came home, we won every game. We went 11-11. So,
11-0.
No, we went 11-11.
Okay.
We went 0-11 at first. Then when Willie got on the team, we won 11 in a row.
Okay,
so
okay,
we went
okay.
11-11.
Okay.
So the playoffs started, and we played David Holloway and them, you know, Bruce Gator and them. got
Right.
Oh, wow.
You know, they was tough. You
Oh,
know, all these
wow.
athletes are tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they was beating us by 30 points at halftime. Right?
What?
And they were, so after halftime, we got together and we put it on them. And we tied the game 98-98.
Speak on it.
98-98.
Uh-oh.
Danny Lau stole the ball, and Mr. Evans called foul. Danny Lau said, foul. Mr. Evans said, tick. Come on, man.
Oh, legendary Mr. Evans.
Yes. So they went up to the free throw line. They shot the free throw. They missed. Shot the second one. They missed.
Uh-oh.
So they got the ball on the sideline, right? So cause of the attack.
Right.
So they threw the ball in. Danny Lau stole it and put it up and scored. We beat them 100-98.
Ain't
Speak
that
on
something?
it.
That's a great story.
Come on, speak on it.
And that was the adults dog catching.
What was the sound
So-
afterwards?
Hey, so back in the days when I was coming up, back in like '81, and hearing your name and hearing about you, and knowing that you went to Clark High School and you played football, basketball, and ran track. Is there any truth that you dunked?
Oh, I can dunk. I was the best dunker you ever seen, that Matt Kelly.
No, but could you dunk a 10-foot goal?
Yes, he did.
Okay. How many times have you done it in
Well,
the game?
In the game, I did it one time in the game.
Okay.
Look at it.
Because there was a lot of rumors that you dunked in the game and stuff, and people look at you being your height, and they say ain't no way, ain't no way.
Well, I'm a 6-time state champion in the long jump too.
Tell them again.
I'm a 6-time state long jump champion.
Oh boy.
So if I can jump way out there, I can also jump up there too.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
So man, how much fun was it playing with the guys that you played against, that were good, tough players that you had to go against night in and night out? How was that?
Man, I played against some athletes. Las Vegas, whole city was guards.
Come on, give us some names. Give us some names.
I'm gonna say Lee Jimerson.
Oh wow.
Lee Jimerson was one of the best athletes that ever walked these streets in Las Vegas.
Okay.
Until he hurt his knee. You had Calvin Richmond. Y'all know him as Nap. You had Edgar Wycliffe. You had
Edgar Woodcliff, Clark High School, lefty.
You had Willie Hicks that went to Western.
Hey,
Willie Hicks
the
jump out the
W,
gym. Willie
come
Hicks jump
on.
out the gym.
Come on,
Yeah,
my
the
coworker.
best athlete to me out of everybody was Pierre Wells. You know.
Pierre was that tough?
Oh my God.
Pierre was tougher than Spider-Man Burns.
Pierre was the best athlete I ever seen in my life.
You hearing it?
In
Coffee
my
and
life.
homework.
So, if I'm telling you, and to me, I'm the best athlete I ever seen in my life, and I'm telling you, Pierre was way better than me.
So how about the white boy Hal Welch?
Hal Welch played basketball. Shut down defensive guy like me, he didn't score. So you got to ask somebody under me. He ain't getting no credit here.
Oh, boy.
You know what I'm saying? You got to ask me about Billy White. Billy White.
Well, that was my next one was Billy White.
Yeah.
Billy White was a dunker.
Yeah, Billy White tough as nails.
Billy White was a dunker. I remember
6'10".
Billy White was one of the first dudes that in person with the gorilla dunk. You seen Daryl Dawkins do it, but Billy White do it in the game all game long. You know what I mean? And I used to love to go see him. I actually got a cut in my lip.
Oh wow.
So I'm going to the game, and I'm in the locker room with them, and I'm trying to do Billy White over the showers and trying to dunk and hit the shower, bust my lip. I got the head coach, Joe Stein. You know what I mean? Joe, hey, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, old Stein, something.
Yeah.
You know the dog catcher.
My old school.
Even though it started with me playing, the kids in that summer didn't have no programs. They didn't have no sports program, no summer school program, no summer camp program.
Speak on it.
None of that.
Speak on it.
So the dog catchers went out. We provided a free summer camp.
Thank you.
We fed them.
I was
we
gonna
took them
say,
to Magic
man.
Mountain. And as we did that, we went from my team to 50 teams. I'm talking about not 50 kids, 50 teams
Absolutely.
with at least 12 kids on each team. And what I liked about it the most, I couldn't do this by myself. How can a person
Some
like
great
me coach
coaches.
50 teams?
Come on.
So I want to give all the credit to all the coaches, the volunteers, the parents, the mamas, and everybody that helped the dog catchers. Not only helped the dog catchers because it took a village. The dog catchers led to other teams. When the dog catchers left the dog catchers, they became the Heat. They became the Stars.
That's
They became
right. That's
all
right.
kinds of teams. And people thought I was mad. I wasn't mad because I couldn't help all the kids. I needed help helping them. Their parents stood up. Like Mike right here, like TC right here, TJ right here. They all stood up and started coaching, and it all became a village. That's why here today, all our kids have been successful. They all graduated from school.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine this, that pipeline to penitentiary, actually the pipeline to juvenile
Come on.
to penitentiary.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the schoolhouses. But guys like us and this young lady here, we all got together and we help our kids. And we destroyed that pipeline to penitentiary and we
Come
sent
on.
them all to college.
Come on.
But
How many
guess
kids? How many kids have you sent to college? I mean, you've had teams from '81 all the way to now. I've seen a lot of kids that came back with the dog catcher shorts and T-shirt and stuff like that have been to college. But you sent a lot. How many do you actually have a number on how many you sent?
No, I don't have a number on how
Over-
many I sent. because-
Over.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Thank you.
Say
I
that
say
again.
thousands,
Thank
know what
you.
I'm saying?
Thank
Can
you.
you get a round of applause?
Yeah,
Come on, man.
over thousands.
Come on, man.
But see, by having that dog catching family, and I'm sending thousands, that led Mike to send thousands, that led TJ to send thousands. Now we got 3,000 kids going to college.
Amen.
Hey.
Amen.
Yeah, now we got 3,000 going to college. You know what I'm saying? You know, it took a village. It took a village, and I like to appreciate all them coaches. You know, I can't say it enough because I didn't do it by myself. You know, thank all the coaches. You know, I even thank Doolittle because Doolittle,
Man, home base.
that was home. That was home.
If you could play there, you could play anywhere.
That's right. And now Doolittle is a home away from home.
Hey, man, and just giving you your props, man, while we got the chance, man. Like you said, definitely you got to it before I could say it. It was more than basketball with the dog catchers. Rest in peace, Pops. I remember when y'all first started, man, too. People was talking that, but they didn't realize who was behind the program, and it was bigger than them kids playing ball. And you picked them kids up that didn't nobody want.
I was just explaining.
Nobody wanted these kids. Guess what? Come on over. You got a home with the dog catchers.
Oh, you ain't got no shoes? You don't want you to play because your shoes dirty? Okay, we're going to get you a new pair of shoes.
That's right.
Well,
That's
hold on,
right.
wait. You need a sweatsuit? Oh, yeah, we're going to get you a sweatsuit. As a matter of fact, we're going to get you a couple of sweatsuits.
And let me tell y'all something. And y'all thought I had all this money. I had a business license that I went downtown LA Garment District
Come
and
on.
bought my uniform.
Look at
Say,
that.
by you having a wholesale
that.
license, you can get wholesale prices on uniforms. That don't mean people gave me a bunch of money. Because I bought, say for instance, if I bought 100 uniforms, 100 pair of pants, I paid maybe $75.
Wow.
If I got the double reverse shirts, I probably paid $150. You know, that's how we was able to look as sharp as we were. But when you guys started copying, we went to the sweatsuits.
Hey.
The warm-ups, you know,
Hey.
the same way. So I'm letting you know, you don't have to go to these sports goods to pay all that money for them uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
All you gotta do is go down to a garment district or something and order 100 pair of black shorts and 100 reversible shorts, and you can make it happen.
That's a year right
You know, I actually remember at times where there was leagues going on in Doolittle, and a team didn't show up, and you happened to be in the gym. And I remember you putting jerseys on kids, you know, just, hey, look, I mean, there was guys out there in jeans, but you was able to put together a team so that Doolittle wouldn't look bad by not having a team. You know what I mean? They had teams that didn't report.
Absolutely.
And
Represent,
I was
yeah.
there. I seen that. And Henny was saying, Mike, go get that kid. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if that kid want to play. Hey, look, little dude walking around with his books. Hey, man, you want to play?
Right.
So that inspired kids, and kids that never got a chance to play
That
and that
part.
wasn't on a team built a team just from that.
Man, and,
You know?
and they learning life skills, not just basketball.
They learn the life
And he was
skills.
teaching
And
them
that's
how
most
to,
important.
how to provide for themselves, how to be businessmen, upstanding young men. I mean, do right in the community, how to give back, you know, teamwork. Man, but I'm going to just say it like this because we Sixers. Man, them dog catchers, they talk about that now, dogs, bro. Man, it was known when y'all stepped in the room.
Same with the 76ers,
Man.
too. You know, 76ers
Man.
was right there. The Spurs was right there.
Look at that.
You know, the
Melvin,
Rebels
shout out
was
Melvin
right there. We
Givens.
Shout out to all the
Yeah.
veterans, man.
Yeah.
Because even though
Y'all
I'm
paved
getting,
the way.
I'm getting my little flowers today and we speaking about it, but that was people before me. You know, and those people made it happen. You know, they probably didn't do it on a bigger scale than I did, but somebody opened the door.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And I like to give a shout out to Mrs. Leggett. I don't know if y'all know.
Karen Leggett's mama.
Yeah.
Kim Leggett mama.
Yeah.
Come on.
Miss Leggett was
Yes.
She was a teacher at our school.
She was a black lady teacher at McKellar. And she was our teacher from the 5th grade to the 6th grade. And she told us something. And what she told us, I ain't never forgot.
Come
and
on.
that's, you ain't got to be scared of nobody.
Amen.
Nobody. You
Come
know what
on.
I'm saying? And she built that in my heart. And guess what? I ain't scared of nobody,
It
but I
still live
respect
today.
everybody.
It still
You
lived
know what I'm saying? And give a shout out to Mr. Booker. You know, that's his daddy over there on Highland. But I'm talking about Mr. Booker, who taught at Matt Kelly, because he gave us a home. Even after school programs, he built after school programs for us so we wouldn't get in trouble. So our parents at work will be still at school, 5 o'clock come, he sent us home with some food.
Oh, wow.
So we ain't going home hungry
Speak on
and none
it.
of that. And one more thing before I get off this. Change that name to Matt Kelly back to Matt Kelly Bulldogs.
Ah.
The Matt Kelly Ferries ain't gonna work, 'cause we ain't no ferries
where
around
they
here.
come
Hey,
Straight
hey,
up
hey, look,
Bulldogs.
let's do a little something. Let's play.
No, real quick before we end this. What's your take on politics?
Politics. My takes on
Yeah.
politics is exactly what they are, tricks.
You
Trick
heard
us
'em?
to vote for them while they feed their families and their nieces and nephews and their friends and leave us out here to be gentrification. That's what politics is. No help from the peoples that you're voting for. You know, yes, I ran for office. I thought I could make a change. But by me losing and you voted for who you want, I guess you got what you wanted. You got what you deserved, and now you don't have a community.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to vote, even though you might not like a person, but you know he's the right person, you got to vote for him.
Or she.
Or she, without
Come
a doubt.
on now.
You have to vote for him. You got to quit listening
Man.
to these certain groups of peoples around
No,
here.
no, I
giving you the
don't.
vote
That
for
old. I don't like somebody because somebody else don't like somebody.
Hey, now.
Man, that's one of the craziest.
Hey, I'm gonna do some name
Look,
dropping.
wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
do
wait,
some
wait,
name
wait,
dropping.
wait.
Okay,
Hold on, Barkley. Hold on. Shaq speaking right now. You do this all the
Hey
time.
man, look, you gonna have to give me a shot at this right now.
No, forget it. You take
No,
over.
go ahead,
Man.
you go
I
ahead.
don't even want to say nothing.
Go ahead.
I tell y'all what, go ahead, Shaq.
No, for real. They play that game, man. But the thing about it is, it's always more challenging in life doing the right thing. And hand in hand, we commend you for doing the right thing. You know what I mean? You might not been the right person for them at the right time, but you still right for us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You ain't never left the city. You ain't never left the community, always giving back. You know what I mean? I'm glad that Nye touched on politics, because Barkley didn't want to.
No,
Actually, the game that I'm trying to play, I'm finna throw some names out there,
Okay,
right?
let's do
And all
this
of these
then.
people here have been in politics, so that's what I was actually doing.
Was
So I'm finna throw a name out there, and I just want you to react off of the name, okay?
Okay.
Let's
All
see
right,
this
so
then.
I
The-
mean, is this a
The
quiz?
first game is going. No, it's not a quiz. It's just your reality. Senator Neal.
Senator Neal ain't nothing like a daddy. A daddy was for the peoples. You know, it's about filling your pockets up and family pockets up, friends pockets. Hey, if you don't get me on this mic if you don't want to hear the real.
Come on, man.
You
We
know,
speak
I'm
nothing but the
asking you,
real
I'm
here
saying
on
the name,
coffee and
I'm
homework.
throwing
Just tell you,
I'm
We
throwing-
want the real on coffee and
asking
homework.
questions if you don't
Senator
want the
Neal. You said what you said, so I'm gonna give you another name. Past and future and present. Okay.
Yes.
Frank Hawkins.
Frank Hawkins, you didn't realize how important Frank Hawkins was until
He was gone. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We have older guys that was against Frank, and here today they still living. And long as they was against Frank, Frank didn't have a chance. Frank was a great politician, but then Frank got beside himself too, and started disrespecting some of the peoples in the community, and he kind of blown that hate on himself. You know, but as a city councilman, as an athlete, Frank was great. He was a great.
Come
he
on.
was a two-time state champion wrestler, two-time football state champion, and I don't know what else he did.
How about
He was great.
Yvonne Atkinson Gates?
Yvonne Atkinson Gate was a game changer. She changed the stuff around here.
That's my auntie.
She changed the game. She built the Pearson Center so the dog catchers can have a gym and wouldn't be knocked out from the city. But some city leaders at the time did not even want the inner city games.
Look at
so
that.
that's why the Pearson Center was built. Actually, they helped the dog catch. If you notice, when she stepped down and they put other people's in, they put the dog catchers out the building. You know, so Don't want to hear the truth
Boy,
about it.
hey, don't ask.
Can I,
Come on.
can I ask, what does a Martin Luther King parade mean for us as a culture?
Well, you asking me when it was on the west side, when it was right down, walking down the street right out
You
this
talking
door.
about the Martin
it
Luther
was-
King parade.
It was our heart and soul. When it came down Orange, when it came down 8th Street, man, when it came down Doolittle Street and J Street, K Street, it was our heart and soul. You know what I'm saying? Now you done moved to downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a couple years ago when it first started, it was okay because of the change. They didn't want us there. They didn't want us down there. We need to go back to this west side and do the Martin Luther King parade. You know, we moved the parade for money. I keep telling you, money is the rule of all evil.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine
The
if I
love
give you $1
of it.
million to take your house on the corner, you take it. All I'm gonna do is bring 5 or 6 more of my friends over here before you know it, you ain't got a community no more. You know, and that's the Martin Luther King committee need to come back to its
To the
home.
west side. Come on. Come on back home.
Powerful.
Come back.
Bring it back to the west side, huh?
Come on.
Bring it back to the West, baby.
Hey, again, the legendary main pillar and difference maker in the city, the community, worldwide with it, Mr. Henry Thorns. I can't let you leave, man, without shouting out a difference you might not even know you made, and that's Junior. That's Neff, man, Hank. Man, with his company, his business, they able to take care of my mama. You know, they look after my
Oh, I
mom.
didn't know that.
Absolutely, yeah. So shout out to Lil Hen, April, man, my mom's caregiver, and his company, they take care of moms. Yeah, that's
Man.
another impact you done made, man.
Man,
Come on,
I
that
give
little
shout
young
out-
legend.
I give a shout out to my kids, man, because my kids was right there every
Pull it up
step
on your
of the
phone.
way. Everything that I done to help the community, all 5 of my kids
Come
was
on.
right there. You know, I'm getting you something else, man. You know, I talked about, sports. You know, sports is great because, you can't just tell a kid, go read a book. But if you say, I'll give you this basketball, and you play for an hour, then you tell him to read that book, he gonna read that book. You know, then when you send him home, if you send him home full, he gonna be all right. But if you send him home mad and miserable, he gonna bring problems to his family.
Speak
Now,
on it.
At the same time, when you bring them home full, the family hungry. They gonna be mad at him because he ain't hungry and they are. So we used to send canned goods and food back home with the kids.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We used to do basketball camps, not for money, for canned goods. So we could give it to the kids to take
Speak
home. with them.
on it. Speak on
Why would you want to interfere with stuff like that? We did college tours. Kids never, let me give you my story. I never been off the west side until they bust me to High Park and Clark. I never been off the west side. I didn't have to go off the west side because we had everything we needed.
Right
we had
here.
the righteous peoples. We had grocery stores, liquor stores, diners, whatever we needed, we had it right here. You know what I'm saying? And we're going backwards now. And we're going backwards because people's comfortable. You know, you think you got 200,000, 300,000, you think you're comfortable. You know, that's not comfortable. You still black.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? You still black.
Kanye West,
So I'm a
Bill
Talking
Cosby.
shit right now.
I'm a black man and I done had everything that y'all still wishing y'all done had.
Come on.
But I know I'm still out there in the trenches fighting for us,
Look at that.
fighting for our grandkids and their kids for the future, just like they doing. I ain't saying nothing that they ain't already doing. I'm just trying to find a way, how can we quit talking and come together? Because all we doing is lip service, lip service, lip service. But the guys I hung around with my big brothers and them, they was action.
Yo, we on the Throne Wit Bone on the vague ringtone.
Look at that. He shouted me out, man. Shout out Barkley, man, the vague
And we got
ringtone.
this little pretty young lady right here.
Yeah.
Black is beautiful. Black
Hey.
don't crack. You know what I'm saying? She
Nah.
up here quiet and things, but we're going to hear from her.
That's Nye the
Najee, say
Annihilator.
something, Najee.
You want to talk to him about, what you do and
Come
how?
on.
Yes, so I changed lives. I changed bank accounts, zip codes, just the whole trajectory of the family
Speak on it.
dynamics. And I do that by pouring into women and so that they can pour in turn to their husbands, their, significant
Oh,
others.
so that's why you asked me
their-
those questions. Oh.
their
okay.
children. Credit is very important. Financial literacy is important. And we always talk about, well, I always speak about unlearn to relearn. We have to be open-minded to be able to understand everything that we were taught is just not the right thing. It's not the things that are going to change legacies, change generations. Like when I leave this earth, I want my kids to have properties, assets, no problems, right? So you have to be able to build that, and it's always from a solid foundation.
Come on
So
now.
that's my passion. Also, my other passion is Free My Felons. It's a Free My Felon movement.
Fremont selling.
What is that?
Free My Felons. So,
Oh, free your feelings.
my
No,
felons.
felons.
Oh,
Felons.
Felons.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So, over 20 years ago, my husband was sentenced to an 11 to 45-year sentence. And myself, along with the gentleman that was locked up with him, was able to overturn his case. He was sentenced, his case got overturned. He did 3.5 years. That's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Followed up, my son was indicted.
Kim Kardashian who?
Yeah, Kim Kardashian ain't got nothing on.
Tell him again. Tell her again. Kim Kardashian who? How, wait,
Sorry.
get him them numbers again. He had how many years and y'all got it down to what?
He had an 11 to 45-year sentence.
And they got it down to 3. Look at that.
He did it in 3.
And y'all tell me she ain't bad?
Let me,
Watch out.
Let me ask you this. We have a lot of kids and
Lean
youth.
into the mic.
We have a lot of youth in juvenile. We have a lot of fathers and mothers in penitentiary, and they always ask, who could they turn to? Who can help them? We have kids out here that get in trouble, that looking for lawyers, that looking for somebody to help them. Who could they turn to? With your knowledge that you just said, we need
Come
a
on.
whole bunch of people like
Come on.
you to help these kids.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Because
better together.
knowledge is the best. And ain't no sense of holding all that knowledge in while you can put that knowledge out there to help somebody. And because I asked you this question because a lady asked me, Henry, my son is in jail. He's been in jail all this time, and they found him not guilty, but he's still in jail. I said, yeah, they just doing that to hold our kids because that's money. They get $2,000 to $3,000 a prison. Actually, a penitentiary.
This is what I say to my staff. I be reiterating little things, prison systems. Well, if they gonna give the prison systems this much for housing, then we need this much to house these kids.
Prevent.
Be proactive.
Prevent.
Because we don't want to have to wait until they go through the system. 'Cause
There
once
you
the
go.
system gets them, and I'm a mother of a young gentleman that my son they tried to take him out, but they didn't know he had a mama like me. You know what I'm saying? That keeps my foot on all necks, whether that's judges, DA, police, attorneys that I pay, it doesn't matter. Anybody can get it. But going back to, this is my passion. My son, he was 18 years old at the time and indicted on 14 felony charges. 3 carried life sentences. And of course, I hired an attorney because that's what we think we're supposed to do. However, just getting an attorney and putting your children's lives in their hands is detrimental because they will sell them under the bus every time.
Come on, speak
it's
on
not
it.
just about having the money, it's about having that knowledge as well. So my son did 7 days in the county and got probation. You know what I'm saying? Once again, not heard of, because if my baby Malik did not have a mama like me, he would be in the prison right now. So it's imperative.
Do you guys actually know back in the day there was no prisoners? And then when it was prisoners, they was all white. But at the end of slavery, at the end of the Second World War I, when all the blacks was free to go get the land and go get their own houses, all of a sudden they start building penitentiaries, jails, because now they start gutting black people out their houses and gentrification them. You know what I'm saying? So at once upon a time, all the land in the United States was free, and we went and got it. And for them to take it back, they dropped bombs on us. They dropped bombs because actually after the war, we had soldiers, black soldiers, and they brought their guns back with them. So you couldn't dog the black people because they was fighting. So they took helicopters and planes and dropped bombs on the black communities. You know, and we've been actually suffering from that here today. You know, all the money that the blacks had, like Black Wall Street, Jackson Street,
Come on.
Moulin Rouge, Seas Cotton Club, chances are, People's Choice, Brown Derby. I could
He
go
said the
on, I
Brown
could go
Derby.
on and on and on. But there's nothing there no more, like they done dropped a bomb on us right here in Las Vegas. You know, and that's why it always come back to leadership. You know,
Speak
if
on it.
leadership can't see what they doing to us, maybe we need to run to the border and tell the president we running from our life from gangs and killings and shooting, and maybe they'll help us, like the Ukrainians and like the
I don't really
Mexicans
think
and
they
everybody
even
else.
care about us.
Look,
Oh,
look.
as a black person, they don't care.
They do.
Come
And
on.
we have to save ourselves.
We have to save ourselves
Look.
because
Hey, look.
depending on anybody to come out and save us, they already done showed us for several years that we at the bottom of the list. We ain't even on the list. That's the thing. Black people, they don't even have nothing for black people. You know, we have to be something else other than what we call ourselves black.
Man, I know, man. It keep changing. You went from colored to black to Negro. Yeah,
Well, we've been
African
all kinds of stuff.
Nigga,
What are we?
man.
What are we?
We are
Afro.
millionaires. That's what we
It-
are.
the point-
Afro.
We are kings.
The thing is,
And God
the thing is,
God.
everybody come to this country and they get reparations, they get money. Everybody comes here but the people that look like us.
Yes.
And to be honest to you, we can't control something that we can't touch. You see, we can't control, but we can control our actions, and we can control how we could get around that. And all we need to do is come together and start realizing and waking up, not to fall for the okie doke all the time. And we need to stick together as a unit, and we need to move as a unit,
Like what we doing up here.
like what we're doing up here.
You know what I
because
mean?
most of the people, we talking to the people out there in the audience. Most of the people, y'all sit back and y'all vote for people because of you may get a little extra money.
You get a
But-
turkey and a gift card.
But at the
Right.
same time, yeah, you get a turkey and you get something extra. But is money gonna always be what it's all about? Because if it is, we killing and destroying everything underneath us, trying to get that money. Y'all see all the people that make a lot of money. Y'all see all the scrutiny that goes on behind the scenes and everything they're talking about. If y'all think that stuff not real, or maybe y'all want to be a part of that, I tell you, we need to save our youth, and also we need to build for our youth. So when we dead and gone, that they carrying it on, and we need to have some land, we need to have some property, we need to have buildings,
Right.
we need to have
Right.
assets, we need to have, we need to be in charge of like GM Motors. We could have our own to what we do. We making our own cars and we selling them. But we got little young kids that's got the brain power to do it. And I know y'all out there, so start working today. You may be 3 years old. I'm talking to you. Start working today.
Tell them. Hey, and you gonna get the truth, the actual factual on coffee. You best to do your homework. You dig? We not playing around here serious with it again, man. Super special guest, the home team. Hen, we call him. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Henry Thorne Sr.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Shout him out, man. Any last words?
Yeah, I want to say this because I want it to be fair. Mike started asking me about two politicians. Let's go down the line.
Let's go down the line. The next one gonna be Ricky Barlow.
Uh-oh.
Who?
Ricky Barlow.
They
Ricky
brought it back.
Barlow didn't know nothing really about the West Side. Ricky Barlow grew up in North Las Vegas. See, you gotta understand the move. They all gets on a planning board, and as a planning board, you know, they plans on what's gonna happen to the community. Then next year they run for office and they become the next leader. They already know what they're doing, what they're gonna do. You know, I think really Ricky Barlow started off with a good heart, but I think
Yeah.
that good heart turned into money, and that money will reap what you
We
sow.
just talked about that. Okay,
Hey,
so now, check
we
it
all
out. Now
have
here's
our
another name.
stories.
Larry Weekley.
Larry Weekley, I don't know whatever happened to Larry Weekley. Larry Weekley grew up in my mama's house. When he came from Reno, we raised Larry Weekley. Everywhere Larry Weekly went, my mama told us to make sure nobody hurt Larry Weekly. My brother Mike, rest his soul.
Rest in peace, Mike.
Mike used to babysit and watch him, and as he played on the outside, we used to make sure nobody touched him. He was different. He was a different kind of kid, you know, but at the same time, he was my friend. He was my family friend. But, you know, we talked about politics. When politics come in, it plays politics.
Tricks.
You know, so that
Tell us the
guy
trick
there-
part about it.
The trick part about it is I no longer receive grant funding from the city. I was no longer receiving grant funding from the county. I was no longer using Doolittle Gym or the Pearson Gym.
Wow.
You know, and just think about all the kids' lives that we saved, and you stopped me from doing this. You know, I think sometimes
Personal.
people, yeah, it was
So-
very personal. It was very personal.
So-
And sometimes people, you know, get a little jealous and wants to be you and would do anything in their power to put you down and put other people's in front of you to be you. And actually, they don't really want to be you. They just don't like what you're doing.
Come on,
And
speak on it,
to
man.
interrupt, you know, because we did all the mentor class. Every program I ran, the Capitals have ran it. Where are they at today?
All right, let's throw another name out there. Cedric Creer. You ran against this guy for. You ran against Cedric Creer. You ran against Cedric Creer for
Oh, my
governor,
No,
senator,
city council.
city councilman.
City council.
City councilman.
Your
Okay.
Moulin Rouge burnt up. Your Town Tavern burnt up. Your Ebenezer
So why
Church-
you saying this? So you saying this because I asked you about Cedric Creer. So
Well, he the
so
city councilman right
explain
now.
what you're saying so people can understand.
Well, he's the city councilman right now in Ward 5, and the buildings are being burnt down. And ain't nobody being put in jail, ain't
Come
no
on, man.
investigation going down. And our community is being gentrification. Ain't nobody in our community.
So is the Town Tavern the last historical West Side monument that was up?
No, we have historic stuff on Miller Street, on Lake Mead Street, on Martin Luther King.
So
on
by the
Madison.
tavern burning, how many places have burned down that was historic that come from this area of the West
I
Side?
can say about 8 so far.
Can you give us a name of two or
I
three
just
of them?
gave you 3.
Let's give it to the people again.
I gave you Moulin Rouge, I gave you Town Tavern, and I gave you.
So we talk about that Moulin Rouge thing in my book. Listen,
the
hey,
church.
we talk about that Moulin Rouge, the stuff that happened with the Moulin Rouge in my book. So if you haven't got the book and you want to hear about this, make sure you go get the book, Behind the Lights of Las Vegas, A City Story by Michael Elliott. But listen, they burned down the Moulin Rouge, and there's no existence. There's not even a sign up there. There's nothing up there. They burned down the Town Tavern.
Yeah.
They gutted the whole thing out. And what else did they burn down?
What's the church on D Street? Ebenezer Church? No, what's that church up here by on Martin Luther King? Reverend Rogers Church.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
What?
the purple one.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
the name of that church? Ebenezer?
No, it's not. It's called,
Guys, right here.
I know. I forgot. I know that I can't think of it right now, but
New Jerusalem.
New Jerusalem.
They burned down New Jerusalem. When we went out there and started protesting, don't burn down New Jerusalem, they tore it down the next day. When I filmed the Town Tavern and showed you can see it on my Facebook.
And the
Showed
police
you
told you,
all-
get out of the way.
No, yeah, that's when it was burning. But I went and filmed it before they burned. Now watch this. 2 weeks before they burned, I went down there and filmed it. A week later, they did a parade right here in the shopping center. And it went right down Jackson Street. And it stopped in front of the Town Tavern,
Absolutely.
right?
And they had the people up there.
And they had Cedric Creer and Larry Weekly up there. Okay? So, speaking to the people. So, all of a sudden, the sign was missing. What the Town Tavern sign? The sign was gone. The following week or week after that, the Town Tavern's on fire.
So what you think they're gonna do with it?
They're gonna tear it down and they're gonna put some.
They already got a projection of what they want.
The Chinese,
Not the Chinese.
Well, the Chinese stole it. That's why.
That's what was in fraud. It was in Fraud,
Y'all hearing
and
it
I
first.
talked to Bebu personally, and he told me all about that.
Y'all hearing it first here on Coffee and Homework.
You know, if you wipe out our history and you wipe out our culture, what do we have to stand on?
White bread.
Hey, and on that note, I promise you, that's one to end it on. Hey, if you wipe out our history, what do we have to stand on?
So,
Man.
hey, listen, before we leave, make sure y'all go to thevagueringtone.club. That's TheVegringTone, and go to the shops and find the latest and download the book. The book is a great book. A lot of stuff that he talked about is in the book, and it's definitely going to be a banger.
Here he go, man, plugging himself again, man, and we got a special
I just
guest
got
here.
I just got
don't know
chewed
why
out
he
because I
does
don't
it.
plug
He
myself,
get-
and now I'm
Hey,
plugging
man.
myself. Y'all got me confused. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, you supposed to give yourself your flowers right now. That's
let
what
me
you
say
do.
this
That ain't
to
that the
both
way
of
the
y'all.
saying go?
Let me say this to both of y'all. Y'all both, man, y'all think I did a great job. Both of y'all did a great job too. You know, y'all did some great coaching in y'all time too.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Kids stood up. Look at y'all kids.
Hey.
You know, but for y'all being the man that y'all was, look, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I didn't do this by myself. It was a village.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you
it
know,
still takes
yeah,
one.
everybody gonna plug whatever. You got to plug yourself
You
so
do.
it can be out. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But to all y'all made a difference, man. And this young lady, we all made a difference. You know what I'm saying? And we need our politicians to
Step
also
up.
make a difference.
Come on, y'all got to step up now.
Stephen Horsford,
Stop these wrongful convictions.
Williams McCurdy.
Racial profiling, discrimination. Just stop trying to send these young black boys to the Hoos Canal.
That's all
Get
they
them
doing.
educated.
Yes. And if you guys don't want to educate them, Big Keith got a school, got a building right down here, full of computers. You got food, you can get in. Bring your kids here, get them up out these private schools and these public schools, and let us teach them.
Huh?
If you don't want to teach our kids or somebody that look like us, bring them to us. Let us teach our own kids.
Hey, the
All right,
pizza here.
y'all.
It's time for us to go. We're about to go to lunch. Hey,
I
look,
appreciate
make sure y'all get that book, Behind the Lights of Las Vegas.
Hey, shout out our team, man. We ain't nothing without our people.
We ain't nothing
like
without
it.
our people.
We ain't shit without our people. Straight up, man. LV Culture, man. YA Poet. DJ Bug. We got Brandy in the
GPMG.
building, man. What? Oh, yeah. GPMG. Big Keith Bully Busters program. Our special guest, Hen, Hank Thorns. Look, Nod the Annihilator. Get your credit straight, man. Get your
Change your
paperwork
life.
straight.
Game changer.
Hey, shout out my boy, Mike Elliott, the Vague Ringtone. Yours truly, Bonafide 100. We plugging out of here.
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Wait a minute before we leave. Did you already cut us out? Look, Hen. This is Hen's right there. He brought this, and nobody talked about it. Now I'm sitting there in front of it, but it's a true story. Born in Las Vegas.
So hold on, let me go.
Oh,
ahead
thank you,
and do,
thank
'cause I
you.
did a
Do
little
it.
short interview with,
Do it.
with this established
Do
author.
it.
Come on.
What you waiting on?
Calm down. Calm down.
Okay, you know I'm aggressive.
You tell me that every day. Born in Las Vegas, okay? Hen. Wonderful book. It's an autobiography. True. Nothing but the truth.
Come on.
Truth.
Itself.
Set you free.
Don't get mad when you read it.
Don't get mad. I mean, you already heard what he said.
He talk about a lot of y'all in there. I mean, he
Hey,
got a
you
lot
get
of y'all
mad,
in there.
Scratch your booty and get glad. We don't care.
I seen some names in there that y'all gonna be surprised.
Hey, the facts sting sometimes. You know what I mean?
Ain't truth hurt, but it set you free.
But let me say this before it all. You know, all the stuff I have told you guys, I still love them all.
No.
Hey.
I
Tell
still
to-
love them all. I don't down
That's
them.
what's
I
up.
don't
That's what's
disrespect
up.
them. I still respect them. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I know if it was anybody else and you was out there trying to wipe out them and their family, you
History.
have a whole new attitude.
History,
You know what I'm saying?
legacy.
Rare
But-
ones.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you, man. It's time to wake up. If you're still sleeping, I know you are. It's time to wake up. Give a shout out to the Black Panthers.
Black
Hey.
Panthers. Yo, all right.
Shout out to the Black Panther.
So we getting ready to close out. Bone gonna take us away. Take us away. Take us away.
Hey, man, as we go into this new year, man, Coffee and Homework want to just shout you guys out and appreciate the love, support. Please tap into lvculture.com or The Annihilator, Vague Ringtone. Man, you want sponsorship, you want your material, your brand up on our table, up on our platform, we got you. Also, special shout out to Camera Queen in the background as well. Man, with this beautiful backdrop as well as other things. We got beautiful people, Jay Dollars. Teamwork make the green work.
That's right.
We out of here.
Peace.